All right, Alicia, let's see what you got here. All right, so yeah, look through your three ads. All right, so we got a visit IG profile ad, but it's also on Facebook, so yeah, it's a page like ad as well, visit page ad. Okay. All right, so it looks like you're doing super top of funnel awareness. So definitely got some, I see some things that we can do to, super improve this, get more of the right people coming in, which is really the goal. Ultimately, and I'm guessing ultimately you want those women to come in to book and buy, book a call, buy. Um, so I'm going to look at this ad through that lens. So we got like 10 most common mistakes boudoir photographers are making um, to get more booking sales from their ads. So first, number 1 out of 10 I look at is, does it look like an ad? And that's loud. Um, mm, no, I would say this looks like an organic post. So no, I don't think this looks like an ad at all. I mean, obviously, kind of the button does, but I just look at the creative for this one. So no, you're good on that. Second thing we move to, number, kind of where potential mistakes 2 through 4 happen, is right here in the see more headline, which is basically where 80% of ad spend is like won or lost. It's basically who are we talking to? What specific avatar are we talking to? And so first thing is a who. Who are we talking to? What label, when they see it, would say, oh my God, that's me. Well, let's see. We got Evansville, Indiana. And we got women. It'd be better if they were together. So I'll give you half for this. You got a little bit of a who here. And this is only 2 3/4 lines. And on the third line way at the right, you'd see dot, 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 see more on Facebook news feed, where you most of the impressions will be. And if you go check down breakdown on your ad, on your backend Facebook Ads Manager, um, Facebook feed is going to be the one with the most impressions there. So we're missing, so we got half a who. Okay. Next is negative. So what negative experience do women want to move away from? That they're saying to themselves in their brains that our solution, boudoir photography, can solve. And so, and we always lead with negative because people move 100x for negative to move away from a negative than to move towards a positive. An example of that is, we go to the dentist, they do our teeth, and at the end they're like, all right, are you free this Friday at 7:15 a.m. 193 days from now? And you're like, dude, I ain't got no idea. Just text me, email me around that time. I ain't setting nothing up now. So they, like they text you, ignore, and since our lives are busy, it eventually turns into like a year and a half, and we're still ignoring them. But then one of our teeth starts to hurt, and so we're calling them up like, what do you mean you can't get me at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow? What do you mean you're fully booked? I gotta get in, and then we're calling other dentists. So yeah, dude, we're moving. Everyone moves towards pain like 100x more than we move towards the pleasure of having, like, I don't know, no cavities or something. Um, so we're missing that, and that's really to hook people in. One of the parts of hooking people in. So no negative there. So that's a mistake. So yeah, we're gonna have less people pre-qualified coming through our ad. Even for the visit Instagram profile, less of the right people, and if you want to get bookings and sales, less of the right people. Next is a positive. We want to have a positive. what positive thing can women get from using our solution? Or what positive thing are women in Evansville, Indiana saying they want that boudoir photography, our solution is the solution to, is it to the bridge to give them that from, you know, get rid of the negative and also give them some positive. Um, and so missing that. So again, less people click and see more, read our ad copy, less people clicking our ad, less qualified people clicking our ad. So our ad's not going to good prospects, less people buying, less people booking, um, less people continuing conversations in the DMs, all that stuff. Then final thing would be like a roadblock or a challenge that or an objection that someone has saying to themselves that's stopping them from moving forward. We also want to have that in the See More headline, and we're missing that. So we're kind of missing the trifecta: positive, negative, objection that people are saying to themselves that they want and something that's stopping them. Because this allows us to get super specific literally in the first like one or two sentences before they click see more to read the rest of the ad copy. So we're missing that. So yeah, less of the right people coming through, more wasted ad spend, less bookings, less sales, um, less people responding in the DMs. Sure, metrics will go up because technically we're having more unqualified people come through with a shorter ad copy, missing all these things, but okay, that's cool. And then until we all get frustrated that the sales are not coming as well. Um, all right, so that is it for the Seymour headline. That's for the first 5 out of 10 total. Potential, mistakes, root causes. This ad not getting as many results as it could. Now, the next 3 can happen here in the full ad copy, but we only got, we only got 1 line here. So next thing we want to have is some authority. So after they click see more, there's the reason why they should keep reading. Some authority, and to get them to read the rest of the ad copy. Okay, we're missing that. That's a mistake. So people probably won't read the rest of the ad copy if it was there. And either less of the right people are coming through, or more of the wrong people are coming through, or both. Kind of, again, spinning our wheels, wasting ad spend, ads dying out, ads continuously need to be refreshed because I see you've done these all October 14th yesterday. But you've been in business for a long time, so it seems like you've rolled through a ton of different ads. All right, so next we want to have like a narrative, a story. The Seymour headline at the top is to meet the women in their brains, what they're saying to themselves in their own words. Women in Evansville, Indiana. And in the ad copy, we want kind of like a movie scene as if we were recording their lives. And we're like hitting them 2 spots in their brain and in their life like a recording. And then they're like, dude, they're speaking to me. I really gotta consider what, even if I wasn't even looking for boudoir, but now that they're talking about it, I didn't, now I really gotta consider it. So we're missing this story, missing this narrative. And this is actually the big meat of the ad. So we're missing, again, missing a lot of the right people coming in because our ad's not going to the right people because we're not specific. And then next thing would be our offer. We do want to have our full offer here, but don't have the full offer here, which means, there's no price qualifications, nothing. So I guess, yeah, we're pumping the numbers up, but are we getting as many sales as we could? And so, yeah, no offer here. So people come through are definitely not price qualified, even if they're following, even if the follower count's going up, which means, retargeting audience getting screwed up. People that aren't financially qualified. And speaking specifically to people always overrides, X numbers, higher numbers of followers shown on the front end. speaking specifically to people and their situation, their life, always, always, always overrides that. So, all right. Um, so yeah, that's a mistake we're missing out on. Really, really super, super pre-qualifying people, which helps us, which helps the Facebook ad algorithm know who to send our ad to. The next final two mistakes can come the bottom below creative headline and a button. So we do not want those because 20% makes it look more like an ad. 80% people click the button to go take an action instead of clicking see more on the top here. This first 2 3/4 lines on mobile, where 90% of your impressions are. If you do breakdown by platform, you'll see that on your backend Facebook Ads Manager. So we're missing the see more. So people are not reading and fully consuming, getting pre-qualified for a full ad body copy, which, really don't have any here. And then final thing, if you want bookings and sales, more qualified clients, this is the traffic objective visit Instagram profile. And I always say leads is always 100% a mistake, and traffic is worse than leads. So traffic is 110% of a mistake. And that's because traffic goes to people that click on the button. That's it. Nothing about any action taken after clicking on the button. At least with leads, even though it's 100% time mistake, they click the button and then they actually plug in some info. But it's 100% a mistake to be using leads. But yeah, the visit IG profile. All right, we'll get our follower count up with unqualified people. All right, so out of 10, we've got it was 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 out of 10 mistakes, which interestingly, or no, 8 out of 10 mistakes. I was gonna say the average is 7.5 out of 10. That from all the Boudoir ads I see, and so 8 out of 10, kind of root causes that prevent your ads from performing as good as you want, and dude, I can definitely make this thing way better all day. And we can do it for the same objective. If you want to keep rolling Instagram profile, you can do that, or we can transition over to sales. But I do basically chop my 10 mistakes down into 5 like root cause problems that I can solve super easy. Um, and basically, any boudoir that has more than 2 out of 10 mistakes, I say it's a broken down boudoir, kind of like a broken down car. So I got some boudoir mechanic fixes for you right now. So the problems I know I can fix. Um, one, we need a way better Seymour headline here. Way better. So Seymour headline, that's a fix. We need way more ad copy here. That's fixed to bring in more qualified people and for the ad algorithm to go to more people without burning out. For ads to not burn out, because that is not normal. That's just a symptom of incorrect ads. So that's 2 root cause problems I can solve. Third one, getting rid of the below creative headline and button. This is the third one I can solve. And the fourth one is if you want sales using if you want people that buy, I can put this thing through the correct objective. So yeah, the 5 problems I could solve, you only got 4 of them here. So I could solve them all, $50 a piece, so $200. Or you can pick and choose. So that's kind of option one. But dude, we can make this ad 100%. I know I can make the metrics of this ad better and, shoot into like kind of 2 to 4x what you're getting out of your ad spend. I can't guarantee that 2 to 4x, but I can guarantee I can get all these. I can get your front end ad metrics way, way, way better, which helps the ad sustain and not die out. And then option two is so option one is kind of just like fixes for this one ad. Option two, uh, option one for $200. Option two is 100 bucks per month, full boudoir ads management. We can, I'll do all the fixes for as many ads as you got. We can create as many ads as you want and you want to spend for. And we can collab as much or as little as you want. Um, that'll actually help give me more input to create more accurate ads, as that don't burn out, ads that sustain, as they bring in more high-paying boudoir clients. So yeah, hit me up somehow if you're interested in either of these two offers. Um, and you know, you'll have my phone number. Call me up, email me, DM me wherever you view this. Whatever. We'll talk. But yeah, I can 100% get the metrics on this ad way better. The front end metrics. And yeah, that's everything. Adios.